Have the program director for Central Michigan 211, Melissa Ladd-Patnode. Hi, Melissa.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yeah, great to have you here, and happy anniversary.
Thank you.
20 years for 211.
Yes, 20 years at Central Michigan 211.
Started right here in Jackson.
Yes, sir.
And were you there?
No, a couple years before my time.
Great. You've been there, though, most of that time.
Yep, 14 years. Tomorrow's actually my anniversary
Oh,
date.
happy anniversary.
Thank you.
So it's pretty amazing. Earlier today, we were asking Brian Rich from Consumers Energy, what should people do when they can't afford their consumer's bill? Right off the bat, 211. And that really is an answer for a lot of problems.
Yes, sir, it is. Yeah. Anything from utilities to food to disasters, we're there to support.
And how popular is it? Does it get a lot of use?
Yes, it does. We actually just celebrated 1 millionth calls as well. That happened during COVID. So we had bigger fish to fry during that time. So we're celebrating now. So we're probably at 1.3 at this point.
I understand that our 211, Central Michigan 211, has been honored for a number of things, including our ability to support other communities with the 211 service.
Absolutely, yes. So we're all the 211s, there's 7 of them throughout the state, so the whole state is covered by one of the 7 211 contact centers. So there's no, disruption of coverage, which is great. So we're able to support our fellow centers, with flooding. We've helped Detroit with flooding, Midland with flooding. They helped us with the Flint water crisis because I support Genesee County. So we needed help. Those call volumes were high, and they were able to do that for us.
How did Central Michigan 211 come about?
Yeah, so it was a partnership with United Way. So they heard about this thing, Ken Toll. We miss Ken. He tells the story that he had a memo on his desk to figure this system out. And so he pulled together community members. So a partnership with United Way, Lifeways, and Segway.
Nice. Well, Ken Toll, I know, watches JTV. He's still around. And I remember those early days. He went to Washington. He did a lot of lobbying for funding. And yeah, I think a lot of credit should go to Ken.
Absolutely.
So we have some pictures from the actual celebration of 20 years last week. Giant cake.
Yes.
Overflow cupcakes.
That was from our friends at Five Forks. They did a fabulous job.
So where are you physically housed?
So we all work remote now, but we have some space at Lifeways here in Jackson.
So during the pandemic, the work from home, you're already working from home.
Well, we did that as a response to the pandemic, so we were able to deploy because we have to stay operational even in times of disaster for ourselves. So we were able to deploy and stay operational for our communities. It's
not just your resources. You have a lot of partners. How many organizations do you handle the inbound calls for?
Yeah, so for the database records, we have over 1,300 agencies within our database for our 10-county region. Yes.
And then organizations like what are providing you with resource information?
Yes, absolutely. So all of our resources are updated at least annually, and then interim updates as needed.
How many people, 65,000 calls a year, that's a lot.
Yes.
So how many people does it take to handle the volume?
So we have 4 full-time staff on the phones and 3 part-time staff on the phone. And then during our peak times for tax scheduling, so we schedule tax appointments for the VITA program. So that's coming up. So when we have those special activities, we bring in some temp staff as well.
24/7?
Yes, sir.
Is there like a peak time of day or a big peak day of the week?
Yeah, so Monday through Wednesday are the busiest days of the week, and then it gets a little quieter towards the end of the week. And then, 8 a.m. to about 1, it's pretty happening.
You end up being I think the first call someone makes when they don't know who else to call.
Yes, sir.
And it could be someone could call, they have a fire, someone could be contemplating suicide.
Yes.
Really anything. how do you train people to be, jacks of all trade?
Yeah, so it's hard, So we have a pretty extensive training process and training manual that goes along with that. A lot of shadowing time, so it's a while before we get someone on the phones by themselves. And then we do quality assurance and monitoring as well so that they continue to learn and grow.
Are there calls that one might consider frivolous that you have to give serious attention to?
Yeah, so people call for lots of different needs, and it's after 14 years, I still get surprised by some of the things that people ask or need, and I think that's great to not, get dull after 14 years. But everything we take serious, and we'll direct them the best we can.
So you might get a call from someone that says, hey, I'm making this cake. Can I substitute sour cream for cream cheese?
Yes, I've gotten some calls like that when I worked the night shift, absolutely. So, if we can, we'll Google it for them. If it's something that's health related, we want to make sure they get to the proper professionals.
It's got to be rewarding when you do have someone who you're able to help.
Absolutely, it is. We try to do follow-ups with a number of our callers, and that really helps the staff see the outcome of their work. A lot of times we don't know the outcome, so when we can follow up with someone, it's really rewarding.
Yeah, I've known 911 operators over the years, and they get used to not knowing what happens. But that's got to be hard. You start someone on the path to the solution, and then you don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's something we're trying to get better at too, is outcome reporting. So trying to figure out what happens with that individual and kind of show the outcome of our work.
Is there a most common type of call that you get at 211?
Yeah, year-round is utilities, so electric, gas, heating, fuel, absolutely. Followed by housing and food.
Wow. What about some of the interesting calls that are memorable to you?
Let's see. So they're, during the Flint water crisis, they would have the town hall meetings, and if they weren't able to answer the person's question during the town hall, they would tell them to call 211. So I remember someone was really worried about the water in their fish tank, if it was going to affect her fish. And
good question.
Yeah, and that was a new one. We had to figure that out for her. The fish was named Rex, so we had to figure it out.
So calls, what people are calling for, you might not already have their solutions. You've got to go hunting them.
Yes, that does happen. Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, it's great service. I'm glad we have it here in Jackson, and congratulations on 20 years.
Thank you.
Melissa Ladd-Patnode is the program director for Central Michigan 211, and you can reach her at, you guessed it, 211. Stay tuned. Up next, we've got